Sophie was a young girl who grew up in a small, quiet town. Her mother, Eleanor, was known for her stern demeanor and unwavering discipline. Sophie's friends often joked about how strict her mom was, calling her the Iron Lady. But deep inside, Sophie wished for the warmth and tenderness she saw in other mothers. From an early age, Sophie was taught that life was about responsibility and hard work. Eleanor would wake her up early in the morning with a sharp knock on her bedroom door. "Time to get up, Sophie. You don't want to waste the day," her mother would say. Sophie would groggily get out of bed, make it neatly, and start her chores. Her mother had a rule for everything: when to eat, when to study, even how long she could spend on the phone with her friends. Eleanor wasn't always this way. She had lost her husband, Sophie's father, to a tragic accident when Sophie was just a toddler. The loss had hardened her heart, and she promised herself that she would raise Sophie to be strong and independent. Eleanor feared that showing too much love would make Sophie weak, so she hid her affection behind rules and discipline. Sophie, however, didn't understand this. She only saw a mother who seemed impossible to please. Sophie was passionate about painting. Her room was filled with sketches and canvases, each one a burst of color and emotion. But Eleanor saw art as a distraction. "Painting won't put food on the table," she would say. "Focus on your studies, Sophie. You need a stable career." One evening, Sophie built up the courage to show her mother a painting she was particularly proud of, a vibrant sunset over a calm ocean. "Mom, look at this. What do you think?" Sophie asked, her eyes sparkling with hope. Eleanor glanced at it briefly. "It's nice, but did you finish your homework?" Sophie's heart sank. It wasn't the reaction she had hoped for. As the years went by, Sophie and Eleanor grew more distant. Sophie began to keep her thoughts and dreams to herself, fearing her mother's disapproval. She poured her feelings into her art, creating paintings that spoke of loneliness and longing. Eleanor noticed the change but didn't know how to fix it. She wanted to connect with her daughter, but the walls she had built over the years were hard to tear down. One cold winter evening, Sophie came home late from an art exhibition she had secretly attended. Eleanor was waiting for her, her face a mix of worry and anger. "Where have you been, Sophie? Do you know how dangerous it is to be out so late?" she scolded. "I was at an art exhibition, Mom. My painting was displayed there," Sophie replied, her voice trembling. "You're wasting your time with this nonsense." Eleanor snapped. "You should be focusing on your future." Tears welled up in Sophie's eyes. "This is my future, Mom. Why can't you just support me for once?" The argument escalated, leaving both of them hurt and silent. Sophie retreated to her room, her heart heavy with sadness. The next morning, Sophie left early for school without saying goodbye. Eleanor found herself alone in the house, staring at the painting Sophie had left on the kitchen table. For the first time, she truly looked at it. The colors were vivid, and the emotions behind each brushstroke were unmistakable. It was a masterpiece, a reflection of Sophie's soul. Tears streamed down Eleanor's face as she realized how blind she had been. She had spent so much time trying to protect Sophie that she had forgotten to nurture her dreams. That evening, Eleanor decided to apologize to Sophie. But as she entered Sophie's room, she found a letter on the desk. It read, "Dear Mom, I'm sorry if I've ever disappointed you. I've always tried to make you proud, but it seems like I can't. I'm leaving for the city to pursue my dreams of becoming an artist. I hope one day you'll understand. Love, Sophie." Eleanor's heart shattered. She wanted to stop Sophie, to tell her how much she loved her, but it was too late. Sophie was gone. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Eleanor kept Sophie's room exactly as she had left it, hoping she would return. She spent her evenings sitting by the window, clutching Sophie's paintings, which had now become her only connection to her daughter. One day, Eleanor received a letter. It was from Sophie, who had won an art competition in the city. Attached was a photo of her holding a trophy, smiling brightly. Eleanor wept. She was proud of Sophie but wished she could have been there to see her shine. Eleanor began visiting art galleries in town, hoping to see Sophie's work displayed. She would stand in front of the paintings for hours, silently apologizing for all the time she had dismissed her daughter's dreams. Though Sophie's success brought Eleanor some solace, the distance between them remained. Eleanor prayed every night for a chance to mend their bond, knowing that love, once misunderstood, can leave wounds that take a lifetime to heal. A mother's love may be strict, but it is often rooted in fear and care. However, love must also include understanding and support for each other's dreams, or it risks creating a distance that's hard to bridge.